Hello, hello, friends old and new. Deis Ferrous here. Hope everybody's doing well. As you can see, I actually have a model, well, sort of a model, a PNG, for you all to look at, my lovely face. I hope everybody is doing well. I know it's been a little bit of a time. Got really busy in the middle of last week, and that kind of lasted the whole way, but we are back now. If I remember correctly, at this point, we only have the screen to look into. I did end up doing the defective servitors, but I didn't notice that OBS and the stream was messing up a bit too bad. So it's kind of some lost media there, I suppose. But I noticed towards the end of that, so I just finished it up and ended that stream. You didn't miss much. I talked to our friend High Factotum Janitus Donrock. We went to go check out the servitors. And TLDR, I sent those servitors to incineration so that their human spirits could be released. As it seemed, the human spirits were kind of coming back in a weird way. We don't quite understand it, but I decided, you know what, it's probably best to do this. Let me see real quickly. VX02537. So yeah, this guy is a bit of a problem. Lord Captain, there is some commotion on the officer's deck. The Lady Navigator has left her quarters and is currently in the wardroom, where uninitiated crew members are shunning her in terror. Perhaps you should find out what has brought Cassia to the deck. Oh, alright. Let us see what is up with our girl Cassia. Hope all is well. She's we pretty much got her 5 minutes ago, and things have already been rough for her. Hello, Cassia.
Lord Captain, my apologies. I did not notice your entrance.
The Lady Navigator is engrossed in perusing the dusty tomes, which appear to have been neglected by the other officers, be it because of sloth or dullness of mind. When you walk closer, Cassia looks up at you, starts, and hides a weathered book behind her back. My monitor's acting up a bit today. Might need to check that wire. It pleases me to see you're adjusting to life aboard the ship.
Compared to Urak 5, your ship is a boundless world of unfamiliar hues. And yet, the abundance of bright colors can at times be wearisome on the eyes. The bridge and the decks are so clamorous. In my search for a place of quiet, I was fortunate to come upon this islet of serenity filled with rare tomes and practically devoid of color.
The events that took place on Urak 5 must have shaken you greatly. Are you well?
One should not underestimate the navigators of House Orselio, Lord Captain. Like a shawl of pale smoke, a faint malaise hangs upon my shoulders, but it will not be the slightest hindrance to my duty to humanity, and my duty to you.
Cassia's response is reserved and pointedly decorous, clearly intended to create a distance between you. I see you're fond of reading.
Oh, this. I found this fascinating read on one of the shelves, and I must say, it has caught my eye. Its every chapter is written in verse. I find it so beautiful and enrapturing.
Cassia carefully shows you the book, which turns out to be a collection of works by the Cadian naval commander and poet, Aelis Quent. Huh, that's cute.
Urak 5 had a vast archive of its own, of course. Although most of the works within had to do with scholarly disciplines of some sort or another. Only in my sparse moments of respite was I allowed to escape into the pages of more embellished works.
Cassia gently brushes the dust off the cover with her thin, clawed hand, her eyes filled with longing after reminiscing about her lost home. Are you satisfied with your new attendance?
Your servants are somewhat sluggish when it comes to attending a noblewoman of the Navis nobility, but they are quite tolerable. Thank you for your concern.
Perception check. Succeeded. Cassia cringes ever so slightly, adjusts the adornment on her forehead, then awkwardly hides her clawed fingers in the folds of her clothes. The unnatural appearance of navigators often becomes a topic of gossip among lowly servants and officers alike. It is clear that she does not feel comfortable aboard a ship teeming with new people. I hope that you've had ample time to calm yourself and your powers.
There are people on this ship who are far more impulsive and dangerous to others, and far less devoted to the God Emperor than a herald of the Navis nobility. But I did not need your words to see the shades of umber unease that whirl around your subjects whenever I am near. Were I not acquainted with such a reaction, I could have found their behavior and your question just now insulting.
Sorry.
Lord Captain, would you kindly explain to me why you are pestering me with these questions? Inquiring about my mood and my needs, showing an interest in the books I am enjoying. You are behaving as if you possessed a shred of fellow feeling for one such as I. I beg your pardon, Lord Captain. That was no way for a navigator to conduct herself.
Frightened by her own words, Cassia covers her mouth, pales, blushes, then pales again, and hides her face behind the cascade of her snow-white hair. Um, you have nothing to apologize for. Human emotions are natural, be they good or bad, and it is just as natural to share them with others.
Please forgive me. I cannot even understand myself right now. Your words and attention have reminded me of life on the station, of Theobald and Felek. I do not understand. They were merely the keepers of Urak 5. So why do memories of those two make me feel a strange heaviness here?
The primness of her expression cracks, revealing a great weariness beneath. She places a hand on her breastplate.
At the same time, I find myself overwhelmed with new excitement and anticipation. At last, I have set foot outside my familiar walls, and into a world that I have only seen before in the pages of books. Your ship alone is a treasure trove of remarkable artifacts and curiosities. And just imagine the things that await beyond, but... My delight must seem childish to you, surely. In your heart, you must be finding all this quite amusing.
So I just looked over and read the second line, just, wow, okay, that's bold. Uh, I understand what you were going through. My own life was turned upside down not too long ago.
Indeed. I... I did not know. That is to say, I could not have known, as it is the first time we are speaking in a circumstance so... private. My word, when I found this place, it was so full of officers. Why did they all leave?
Uh, if I may be so bold as to presume, my subjects may have found themselves overcome by your rare beauty, as have I.
Words like that, Lord Captain, could easily be misconstrued. You should familiarize yourself with some of the works in your library to learn the appropriate manner of conversing with a lady.
Cassia blinks in surprise, her eyelashes fluttering and a delicate blush suffuses her cheeks. Oh, there it is. Started a romance. Like, I wasn't trying particularly hard. There are definitely a lot more blatant romance options going on. I'm like, fuck it. I'm just gonna be suave for a second, because why not? And honestly, most of the other options just seem kind of a bit more on the meaner side, which I'm not quite going for. Struggling to maintain an expression of polite indifference, Cassia covers her burning face and swiftly exits the room. Fair enough. But you know what? I put her in a good mood. That was the goal, wasn't it? Alright. Oh, yeah, I can grab the book. Info. Secrets of Gallant Conduct. How to express your feelings to a noble lady. Wow. Subtle. An admirer who seeks the favor of a refined lady is well advised to maintain pointed courtesy and finesse in his every deed. An honorable admirer will never defile a noble lady's ear with crude or indecent words, and neither will he allow himself conduct that could besmirch her honor and dignity. Above all, the admirer should remember that a relationship begins with the right choice of words. Shower your lady with compliments that will accentuate her finest qualities without putting her in a position of discomfort. A word chosen elegantly and spoken with genuine warmth may bring about a change in the lady's eyes as she looks upon you. Once your interaction has grown more intimate, always be sure to remember the simple rules of etiquette. For example, should the lady drop her handkerchief, the deepest expression of sympathy for her would be to perform the following gesture. Pick up the handkerchief, wait a brief moment, then bring the handkerchief to your lips and touch it lightly before returning it to the lady. This noble gesture will assure the lady of the seriousness of your intentions. Remember that the flower bud of true feelings takes time to blossom. Patience, loyalty, and impeccability in adhering to the decorum of the nobility is key to earning the lady's favorable disposition. Thank you. Thank you, fucking Space Marines Warhammer Rogue Trader. Didn't think you were just gonna hit me that hard. It was just, okay, here's how you seduce this girl you started a romance with, apparently. Just, oh, okay, I'm doing this. Honestly, that felt kind of passive aggressive almost. But we ball. Uh, what I do want to look into when I get some free time is methods to, well, not methods, but like with my little token boy, you know, me, as you see in the bottom right corner, when I'm talking, to like have it look like this, but when I'm not talking, like have it like fade out, not fade out, but like dim a little bit. Oh, hello. So it's not just this solid thing, it actually kind of draws your attention a little bit more, at least. But that's something for me to look into later. Permission to report, Lord Captain. Members of a sacred cult operating aboard this ship have requested an audience. They wish to present gifts and introduce themselves to their new captain. What sacred cult? They call themselves the Bloodspun Web. The cult defends the flagship from both internal and external threats. Lady Theodora held them in high regard and looked favorably upon their activities. I'm ready to receive them. I will commence preparations at once, Lord Captain. Alright, I was not expecting another random event, but here we go. We ball. Do do do. Loading. Oh, full parade. Okay. Oh. I wasn't thinking. Okay. I didn't think you were gonna just start murdering people here. That caught me off guard. Okay. The guards just ready with their fucking chainswords. Just don't trust this. Hello, Bloodspun Web. How art thou? Those on the deck watch in awe as the final figure moves gracefully into a ceremonial pose. Excuse me. Some of the officers whisper in excitement, while others murmur prayers to the God Emperor.
The Undying Emperor commanded us to spin a web of blood around his children, and we obeyed. We obey still.
They fall silent as a tall, young woman steps forward. She moves towards you soundlessly, the dim light casting shadows across the mask which conceals her face. The masked cultists repeat the words in a mournful whisper. We obey still.
Domin von Valancius, death has whispered your name. We disown Domin Theodora. We renounce our oath to her.
The woman's slender finger has been fitted with a metal claw. She points it in your direction and gazes at you from behind her bone mask with the cold, grim eyes of an assassin. She pulls out a sinister curved blade, and similar weapons suddenly appear in the hands of her motionless companions.
And now we give the gift of our blood to you. It is the gift of death. Death has whispered your name. The followers of the tenets of the web swear fealty to their new overlord and offer proof of their devotion.
Their blades sing through the air, and rivulets of crimson flow onto the deck. The young woman bows her head reverently as she hands you a heavy parcel. The others bow their heads as well. They seem unconcerned by the blood that trickles down their fingers.
We give you a blade, the silent verdict. The Undying One has chosen you to wield this instrument of death. We give you one of our own, Kibella. She will be your shield and shadow. And we give you the blood of these traitors. The tenets of the web will purify their souls.
Item received, silent verdict. Lore, Imperium, test succeeded. You've heard many stories about the death cults such as this one. These devoted, holy assassins of the Imperium have turned death into a form of worship for the Emperor. They are exemplary slayers, invisible executioners, and the scourge of traitors, heretics, and fallen souls. Many righteous people honor them as votaries of the faith, while others see their fearsome rituals as frenzied spectacles touched by madness. Examine the cultists. The cultists are all voidborn. Their lithe, sinewy bodies are clad in light armor, which allows them to move with an acrobat's nimble grace and strike with an assassin's swift surety. Their red and black vestments are adorned with sharp spikes and ritual jewelry. Where time and training have worn their garments threadbare, you can make out patterns of bleeding lacerations. Examine the captives. The prisoners cower beneath the weight of your gaze. Blood drips down the tear-stained faces of the captured officers, technomats, and workers. A word has been carved into each of their foreheads with a meticulous precision. Traitor, heretic, apostate, renegade. The cuts have been diligently and regularly reopened to prevent healing.
These renegades committed treachery against their domin. Their lips once praised the name of Kunrad Voigtveer, but it is your name they will whisper as they cross over to the other side.
Interesting. So a death cult watches over my crew. They who honor the Emperor through killing, who devote their every deed to serving him. Sacred executioners.
The Domin has discerned our essence. This is a great honor for the blood-spun web. We have woven the bays of this ship together with the threads of our faith for many years. We keep the greatest relic, his tarot, through which he sends us his blessed revelations. We obey the whispers of the Undying One. This is our service to him. This is our service to you.
His tarot. Emperor's Tarot. A deck of psychoactive cards bearing sacred and meaningful images. Tarot cards are used for divination and predicting the future. They are believed to be able to capture images sent by the Emperor himself. In the hands of a skilled psyker, the Emperor's tarot can be truly potent divination tools. Interesting.
How interesting. Devout assassins who believe themselves to be instruments of a higher power. They revel in violence and cannot tell the difference between bloodthirst and piety. They follow their faith blindly, unaware of how closely they tread the corruption and depravity. Look at them. They stand on the edge of a precipice. The smallest push will send them plummeting into the abyss. You could be their downfall. All you have to do is push.
A ringing sound fills your ears, deafening the noise of the world around you. Time goes still. A voice whispers seductively in the back of your mind. Pretty sure it's because, yeah, man, it's been a minute since this guy said anything. Tell me about yourself, Kibella. Are you the leader of the Bloodspun Web? Or its herald? Or its servant?
I am the second spinner of the Bloodspun Web. The honor of this title is bestowed only upon those who have ushered more souls than... It is shameful to speak of one's own deeds. I'm here to become your shadow, not to make boasts.
Kibella stops abruptly. She touches a slender finger to the fresh wound on her hand and paints the symbol of a lock across her lips in blood. And okay, the stream's back. Yeah, the internet. Like, we pay for good internet out here, but goodness gracious, does it just not like streaming. Like, at least it came back pretty quick, but yeesh. What exactly does a cult like the Bloodspun Web do?
The tenets of the web teach us to read the threads of the future and understand the hearts of others. When a soul is filled with the poison of corruption, we know its time has come. We bring liberation. 3 strikes, 3 rebukes, 1 blade. This is how we serve the Undying One. This is how we serve you and your flagship.
Interesting.
But there are others. The virtuous martyrs who contravene his design without realizing it. Those who have come too close to faltering or committing an apostasy, but have not erred yet. We present such souls to the Undying One.
You kill innocent people.
We do not desire their death. We do not seek them out in the darkness. They come to us, and we usher them from this life, if his sacred tarot reveals that the Emperor wishes to accept these martyrs.
Instead of helping those who may stumble, you offer them death.
We follow his design. We claim those marked by his omens. We submit to his will. How could it be otherwise?
You mentioned the tenets of the web. What are they?
Our laws and teachings, our philosophy and way of life, our art of combat and spiritual dogma. The tenets are the Bloodspun Web itself.
Doesn't explain anything, thank you.
Humanity owes its existence to the Undying Emperor's sacrifice. It is he who protects us from a darkness of terrors. Hence, each of us has a duty to serve him, and a duty to die for him. To act otherwise is to waste the life that has been given to us by the Undying One. To become a thief. We help others understand this. We help them to live and die righteously.
I disapprove of your practices, but I'm not going to ban them. For now.
We lament having incurred your anger, Domin. We hope that you may yet understand there is no fault in our service, before him or before the crew of this vessel.
Why have you brought this rabble to the upper decks?
So you may offer the souls of these traitors as a gift to him. You have the authority to order their execution. Their blood will bind us together through him. For the God Emperor, the Undying One is death itself. The Undying One is duty itself. Give the order, Domin. Let a spinner of the blood-spun web undergo the test of a sacred trial.
The others echo her words from beneath their bone masks. Undergo the test. I will judge the traitors myself.
Then, I will tell you of the treacherous blood that runs through their veins.
Hello, darkness? Am I waiting for something? Okay, I think I might need to skip this. Those wretched apostates were caught trying to sabotage the reactor. They are guilty of treason. I swear, we are not A woman. Oh, that's a woman. I swear, we are not A woman in tattered protective suit pushes forward in protest, but her movement is halted by the thin cord wrapped around her neck. You notice that all the captives have been similarly restrained. The woman clutches at her throat as a thin line of scarlet drips between her fingers. Theft of weapons, sabotage, and the deaths of the crew in Bay AL-82. Do you have proof of these charges? Or are such claims the result of cultic revelations? There is doubt in the Infernus Master's gentle voice. With all due respect, it is difficult to discern the truth of these accusations without evidence. Divine visions and dark portents may be reason enough for you to shed blood, but not everyone here shares your perspective. Enough, Eindeck. The Lord Captain will decide the truth of these claims for himself. What about the prisoners you killed during the procession? Do you feel entitled to stand in judgment over them? Those scoundrels aided the traitor Vogtvier and were caught carrying weapons. Their guilt and sentence were certain. They avoided immediate execution, only so that the blood of the wicked could flow in a scarlet trail that led the blood-spun web to your glorious halls. Gabella, is it true that these things were revealed to you through visions? The practice of sacred divination using the bones and sinew of a martyr led us to the reactor room. This is true. But it is also true that I beheld the act of treachery with my own eyes. What do the accused have to say in their defense? The cord around the prisoners' necks are loosened just enough to let them speak. Have mercy! We're just technical tunnel workers. We were told to block the ventilation shaft leading into the reactor room. Fume leakage, supposedly. We didn't know that we were doing anything wrong. We're just following orders. As for why we were holding weapons, that was... well, you know. The woman scratches her cheek nervously. She's lying. An injured officer scowls angrily. They smeared blood on themselves and crawled out of the tunnel wailing, "Oh no! The ship's been attacked! There are enemies everywhere! Defend the bay!" We rushed off to investigate, and they used their cutters to break into the weapon storage of the guard station. They stole guns and headed straight for the reactor room. Bone and sinew revealed your hubris. You abandoned vigilance for the promise of glory. You did not give weapons to the traitors, but you left your post to seek a hero's path. Though you did not act with treacherous intent, you were complicit nonetheless. I will not punish you or your men. Continue your service and do not make any more mistakes. We will never forget your generosity, Lord Captain. We will repay your loyalty with our lives if need be. What should be done with the rest of the prisoners, Lord Captain? Because the thing with the commoners is they didn't have a good excuse for why they had weapons, so I'm pretty sure they're traitors, so I don't want to spare them. And on one hand, I do like the ironic punishment of if they wanted into the reactor, throw them into the reactor. But like, that's not the kind of character I'm running. So while I do like the idea of an ironic punishment, I'm not gonna do that. Get this treacherous rabble out of my sight and shoot them. Mercy, Lord Captain, mercy! The Lord Captain has spoken. Take him away. I could not honor you by ushering the souls of those traitors to the other side. This troubles me. I wish to serve you as a sword serves its master. Will you make me your shield and shadow, Domin Diaz? Your lordship, the spinners of the Bloodspun Web are watching, tracking, and killing von Valencia's enemies long before the warrant of trade passed to Lady Theodora. However, their blade has also been known to cut short the lives of highly upstanding persons. The factotum swallows nervously, casting a fleeting glance at Kibella. There we go. Third time's the charm. But I certainly do not in any way condemn the deeds of the deeply esteemed cult. I'm sure they must have had good reason. The master at arms clears her throat. The cultists are the scourge of the seditious. They bring the unrighteous to ruin. The enforcers respect the Bloodspun Web, for we share a common goal: to bring his lights and his harsh justice to the darkest depths of this ship. The scourge of the seditious or not, folks are afraid of them for a reason. A couple of watches ago, these spinners took a train driver to pieces for some kind of ritual. I don't know what old Malak did to earn that privilege, though. And who's going to feed his family now? Oh, excuse me, that was very disappointing for everybody. Einit takes a drag on his IHO stick, exhaling the thick smoke through his clenched teeth. That's a lower decker problem. What matters is that the Bloodspun Web serves you faithfully, Lord Captain. My predecessors once delivered a sermon about how the spinners saved this vessel from the servants of the archenemy. The Bloodspun Web paid the price in blood, a river of scarlet that flooded the decks from bridge to bilge. They became the blood of the flagship, the pulse in its veins, and in the beats of its heart. The great sacrifice earned them the favor of House von Valencius. I wish to hear what my retinue thinks. I've heard that though only at a distance, the prayers the spinners offer up to him. I've seen how their deeds fill the hearts of the people with confidence of the inevitability of his wrath. The Bloodspun Web's loyalty to the Emperor. Oh, I see. That's what's flickering. I'm reading and I just see it flickering out of the corner of my eye. And every time I look up, it's gone. The Bloodspun Web's loyalty to the Emperor is without question, as is their willingness to lay down their lives in the fight against the archenemy. Although Lady Theodora never granted the cult an audience or brought a spinner into her retinue, she respected the Bloodspun Web and approved of its mission. It is strange. Their shadowy forms are swathed in darkness, as a radiant light burns within them like a scarlet flame. I think it is a good sign. It is rare to see anyone filled with such light, even among servants of the faith. Many within the Inquisition look favorably upon death cults. If you do not need a bodyguard, the Ordo of Xenos might recruit her instead. You will be my shadow, Kibella. I mean, pretty much everyone's speaking highly of him. There's very little to say no about. Oh, that's your face. Kind of pretty, honestly. Kibila's movements are slow, almost rhythmic, as she removes her ceremonial mask. The dark shadows of her eyes accentuate the deathly pallor of her skin, which is covered in ritual scars. Henceforth, I am your shadow, Domin Deus, von Valentius, an instrument of death placed in your hands by the Undying One. For so it was ordained, and so his tarot forspoke. Yeah, okay, the Undying One is the Emperor. That's what I assumed. I've just never heard that term before. The young woman bows her head once more. I also come bearing an invitation from the Vizier of the Bloodspun Web. He wishes you to know that the doors of the Undying One's temple are open to you. Are you suggesting the Lord Captain should go down into the depths of his flagship to search for this temple? With all due respect, the lower decks are for servants and crew. They're not a fitting place for his lordship. Why is the Vizier not here to deliver the message himself? The first spinner is old. His abode is in the temple beneath the flagship's freight line, and he has not left the lower deck in decades. Even a short journey could sunder the spirit from his ancient body. Forspoke. What do you mean? What tarot? The greatest, most sacred relic of the Bloodspun Web, the Emperor's Tarot. Only his chosen servants may earn the permission to rain blood upon the cards and perform a reading to see portents of the future, shadows of the past, or tangles of the present. However, the secrets of his tarot are not for the ears of lay people to hear. I cannot tell you more. Not here, not now. Where is your temple located? I am not permitted to say. If you wish to find the temple, you must walk the path of Saint Ariane, the matriarch spider. Hers was the thread that would become the Bloodspun Web. Her path began deep within the flagship, in the dark tunnels of the freight line, and that is where yours must begin as well. This journey will bring you closer to the thread of the web, closer to the Undying One, closer to understanding death. I will walk the footsteps of the matriarch spider. Your journey will be in the darkness of the deepest tunnel. The Vizier awaits you. The cultists retreat into the shadows as Kibila sheathes her ceremonial dagger. Your blade awaits direction, Domin Deus. We will speak again when the time is right. Alrighty. Interesting. Okay. Void chip map. Yeah, it's not giving me anything new. So now we have another. Do we not? Oh wait. Oh yeah. Okay, that just also has the Tyranid icon. Interesting. Okay, well we'll do this because this is on our void chip. The Vizier of the Bloodspun Web has invited the rogue Jaeger to visit the cult's temple, which lies somewhere in the depths of the void chip. However, the hollowed cradle of death will only reveal itself to one who has walked in the footsteps of Saint Ariane, the matriarch spider. Explore the void chip's freight line. The death cultists have pointed out where on the lower decks of the path of the matriarch spider began, the freight line. Thus, it must likewise serve as a starting point on the Lord Captain's journey to the Temple of Death. Okay. Well, let's get going, I suppose. With Cabela, I'm starting to. Because Abelard's definitely staying. I like Cassia. I like Pascal. So Hynix is a weird mix. I'm kind of fine not using that much. So Argenta or Adira? Like, I'm leaning towards keeping Adira just because she's a bit more useful, but Argenta has a little bit more bulk, which is what my team is starting to lack now. Because kind of just Abelard and kind of Pascal as tanks. Though Adira giving that dodge buff is really nice. Let's tag out Adira for now and go with Cabela. I think that's the play. Because Abelard and Cabela will be in the front. Because I want Cabela, because she'll, as far as I understand, if I had to take a guess, she's the blade dancer. So now I have two guaranteed front lines, a mid line in Pascal, who can do mid range or melee if need be. Argenta, and then Argenta, myself, and Cassia as more backline units. Me as a midline, then me and Argenta as midline, then Cassia is more like backline. So I like having two dedicated frontliners, so I definitely gotta get rid of someone. I don't really want to get rid of Adira, 'cause she's arguably one of my best units as a Psyker. But Cassia is also a Psyker, so she might have... If Cassia has lightning, that lightning ability that Adira has, and I think we're pretty set. A sturdily built man with an augmented jaw stands at attention. The dark circles under his eyes speak to many sleepless nights, but his voice is loud and spirited. Welcome to Freight Hub LD-987/A14, Lord Captain. I'm Edok Frenso, Captain of the Enforcers in Lower Deck Bay LD-A14. The Master at Arms has assigned me to be your liaison for the duration of your stay here. Lord Captain, would you like to inspect the control room, or to begin your search for the Temple of the Bloodspun Web? He says the last part with obvious concerns. I'm here to inspect the entire compartment. I'm curious to see how people in the lower decks live. Frenso glances at you warily. As you will, Lord Captain. Still, out of concern for your safety, I must warn you that you should avoid the farthest sections of the bay. They're ridden with disease, and the locals can be particularly unpleasant to deal with. With the kinds of riffraff that dwells here, you might even be attacked. Cassia shivers. Such ghastly places you describe. We are not headed there, are we, Lord Captain? He frowns. To put it bluntly, although the Bay performs its functions well, even its more civilized sections are sorely lacking in discipline. I was only assigned recently, so I haven't had time to straighten everything up. Since doing so will require some serious changes, I'm not inventing excuses, Lord Captain. As the officer in charge, I accept full responsibility for what takes place in this compartment. Rejoice, Franco, for the Lord Captain himself has deigned to deal with your problems. Rest assured, I will provide you some crucial guidance once I am done inspecting the bay. But Franco stops himself mid-process and assumes a more compliant tone. In that case, I urge you to remain vigilant. The freight trains move at great speeds, and the inhabitants of the residential units are despicable rabble. One must never drop one's guard around them. And Emperor preserve you from stumbling into the pestilence pit. That's where the madmen and the lepers live. Tell me about this situation. Hub LD-987/A14 connects the lower decks freight, residential, and artillery bays. Our task is to monitor the flow of the labor force and prevent supply disruption between bays. What is the situation on the lower decks? Most of the locals unload trains and sort provisions. We give maintenance jobs to the more capable ones. The rest are reserved workforce. Whenever crew are lost on the deck, we find replacements from among those rats. And if extra hands are needed anywhere else, there are always more than enough volunteers eager to work for rations. They even queue for jobs. Who maintains this hub? Traffic controllers. They're technomats, trained by priests of the machine cult to keep the sacred cogitators in working order and prevent train collisions. The consequences of an incident accident like that would be easy to imagine. especially if one of the trains were carrying macro cannon ordnance. Also employed here are an enforcer squad, a team of Inferni, the clerk to keep cargo records, and a Medicaid officer. A fine chap, whose medicine is a choice as a bullet. May the God Emperor forgive him. Not every void ship can boast of its own railway. That is true. Usually higher class ships are the ones that get trains, but it's far from the greatest thing a rogue trader's warrant can see done. The credit here goes to Lady Theodora's predecessor, on whose orders the Deptus Mechanicus assisted in birthing this miracle of sacred engineering from the womb of the dynasty's flagship. The rabble causes you no problems, I hope. Surely you are joking, Lord Captain. The rabble here are base in nature. Mutiny is always on their minds. They steal whatever they can get their hands on, and lately they've moved from rations and tinned food to weapons. We confiscate these regularly, of course, and keep the serfs meek and terrified. That's the only way we can protect the mindless herd from themselves. Oh, another thing. Another thing the bastards do on a regular basis is build their shacks in front of service tunnel entrances. That has delayed the arrival of furnace brigades during several emergencies, caused air and power supply problems in the adjacent bays. We burn these saboteurs along with their shacks, but they just keep pressing on regardless. Mutinous rabble? How paranoid of you. To the best of my knowledge, being paranoid is practically a requirement in our line of work. In any case, the rabble are always plotting. Take my word for it. I've learned enough. Always at your service, Lord Captain. The cult of the Bloodspun Web has a presence in this compartment, does it not? That is correct. The enforcers do not bar them from carrying out their sacred duties. He scowls. As irregular as it is to have armed crew members set up a secret hideout forbidden to the enforcers, and that they can go around dispensing bloody justice. What do you know about the death cultists? Not much, but I'm always trying to learn more, given that they like to pay visits to my compartment. Francois scratches his head, thinking. The Spinners honor the Emperor through death. They kill notorious reprobates and heretics. Sometimes they kill righteous folks, and other times even seemingly at random. Their rituals are morbid, and their prayers are strange. Anyone not initiated in their rites would struggle to make any sense of them. Do you not take issue with death cultists killing people on your territory? Francois avoids looking at Kibella. I do, Lord Captain, but the cult is authorized to exist on the ship, which means their activities down here are not to be interfered with. I see. The captain grumbles sullenly under his breath. Be steadfast in your duty, Captain Francois. The Emperor protects, Lord Captain. Alright. So, what I'm gonna do real quickly is formation. Oh, that's actually perfect. Actually, let's swap you two around. There we go. That's perfect. Because Cassie is fairly fragile. So we got that. And now we gotta actually level up Kibella. Yeah, she is the blade dancer, that's what I assumed. Jalen, let's sell. Interesting. So yeah, it just looks like blade dancers get a lot of movement in melee. The talent uses a fellowship bonus. Voidborn character can instead use the intelligence bonus. If it is higher, additionally, Voidborn character can always upgrade intelligence, even if the archetype does not allow it. Ooh, that's actually really nice. I imagine Blade Dance is really good crit oriented. Dancing ability on an ally grants that ability through only failed check. Honestly, Contagious Luck would be good for an officer. While a Voidborn character has more than 50% wounds, all chances of all creatures, including enemies, in the 3-cell radius increases by 10%. Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Bloody Mask because that's just good. Yeah, we're gonna up your agility, up your weapon skill for now. Initiative, dodge, and melee. Yeah, let's go with agility because that's gonna be good. Um, Ability in reverse. Costs 8 wounds to use. Attack with the blade dance against enemies who have already attacked that ally. And 8 wounds to use. 8 wounds to use. Captive audience. So Veil of Blade. This is the side of their choice and immediately ends their turn. So the beginning of the blade dance is the next turn. They can dodge area attacks without moving. Are immune to all types of force movement, gain 20% parry against attacks from that side, and can have parry attacks made against adjacent allies. Ooh. Under the effects of Veil of Blades, the Blade Dance can even parry ranged attacks, except the ranged area attacks, made from that side. The chance to parry a ranged attack is calculated as if it were a melee attack, where the attacker's weapon skill is equal to the hit chance of the attack. If an attack is parried in this way, it can be redirected towards one of the enemies on the selected side. Interesting. 6 seconds to select the enemy cannot be dodged or parried. If the attack kills target, brings 13 wounds and plus 1 AP along with an additional attack this turn. That's neat. Okay, I'm gonna grab Blood Oath. That has some potential. We do need some. No, Cassie has really good awareness. Carouse, Abelard, Coercion, me. Demolition is Argenta. Athletics is Abelard. So let's get you some more Medicae. Because having another healer is not a bad idea. We'll up more agility. Attacks me with a sword dealing bonus damage. Using a two-handed sword. Interesting. The weapon skill, ballistic skill, and perception reduced by 10, plus blade dancer's weapon skill bonus. Race against Death Warden. Oh, that's interesting. His maximum wounds are increased by blade dancer's dodge divided by 10. That's actually really tempting. Substantial also seems sense they make this turn by 5% 3 times. Do steady hand. Honestly, I think I'm gonna go race against death because that's just some more bulk from my front lines. Yeah, I'm gonna go with some more bulk. It's gonna be really nice. Oh, she's already capped out Medicaid apparently. Um. Yeah, let's use some more crowds. There's a chance I end up swapping out Abelard at some point. Yeah, just a flesh wound. Some more survival's nice. Some abilities that cost wounds is reduced by half. Ooh. Transplated to mention death from above. Above deals. Until the end of combat, strikes made by the blade dancer. Death walls after killing enemy range. Do. Deals just G bonus additional damage. I think because that full heal is really nice, but straight up more damage. Like this is one of those things where like I kind of wish I got to play the character a little bit. Well, I mean, I guess I could before I leveled them up, but still, I don't really want to have them be super under leveled if I get into a fight. Because I'm still not entirely sure how the scaling quite works in this game. Death from above. The Blade Dancer leaps into the air and lands on a selected cell. Upon landing, we deal agility bonus plus a weapon skill bonus, damage to all adjacent enemies. This leap can be made to any unoccupied cell within a 3-cell radius of the Blade Dancer's line of sight. This movement does not provoke attacks of opportunity. The Blade Dancer cannot jump to a cell that is inaccessible in combat. This ability can be used multiple times per turn, but each use requires a charge to be spent and inflicts +1 stacks of short of breath on the Blade Dancer until the start of their next turn. Ooh. Turn. Blade Dancer gets +1 charge to this ability each time they kill a target, including kills made with this ability. Short on breath. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, that's actually really good damage. Because I don't think I'll need the sustain. Keyword think. I'm gonna go Blade in Hand, because that's just some consistent damage. Probably. Yeah. That's just a consistent damage boost. That's actually really nice. We'll up weapon scale, because we can't up agility anymore. Um... I kind of like acrobatic artistry. I feel like that could be really nice. That could be really nice. Rising tempo, maybe. Toughness bonus. And an attacker's melee critical hit chance bonus determined by the difference between the weapon attackers halved. Melee area attacks cost 1 less. That's tempting. There's a definition of the game +1 once again +2 resolve. That's interesting. I think I'm gonna go Rising Tempo. I think this is pretty decent. Real quickly hop to inventory. Kirale has the Spinner's Blade. There's 10 or more stacks of Blood Blast. The game is Blood Blast. Creature deals +2 damage for more damage each attack of blood. How do I get Blood Blast? That's interesting. So weapons. That's a downgrade. Should keep you with swords. Silent Verdict is good. Because I don't really need a sword, so we could give that to her. And your offhand. And gonna give you a pistol just in case, because why not? Your last pistol is actually better. Why is that green? Now, there's a last pistol just because that's technically better. Stub revolver. Yeah, there we go. Just slowly going through this real quickly. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. The Silent Verdict. Plus 12% to the target's parry, plus 3% to the wielder's critical hit chance for each attack they make. To the end of each round. Wow, yeah, that's goated actually. Brutal Strike and Brutal Strike. Why would you ever use? Well, I guess the second Brutal Strike is a more controlled one, so you have allies in any of the other 6 squares. You don't hit them. Still, that's really good. Same properties as created by Raining Blood ability. Whenever Raining Blood is used, +1 charge. Huh, interesting. Armor. She has light armor. It's not as good. It's medium. It's medium. It's medium. Yeah, she's basically a dodge build. Plus 5% damage. I mean, I'll give you these just because why not? Might as well. Yeah, that's just a flat 5% damage. So yeah, like no reason not to, really. Let's give you some drugs and give you another Medicaid stim. Because again, might as well. And there we go, there's all the random stuff covered. Cool.
A new challenge for me?
Alright, finally got all of that taken care of. That's Edok. And what's that? Who's that? The servo overseer makes a note of everyone who passes by its station. Every time. Makes sense. Yeah, guys, I'm right over here. Astute observational skills. Ooh, loot. Yoink. Well, I wonder if that has to do with the blood-spun web. Yeah, don't worry, buddy. I think that was intentionally left here for me. Is this the welcome you give the rogue trader? Abelard's nostrils flare in anger. Whoever had the audacity to leave behind this appalling symbol, I will see to it that the Master at Arms calls them into account herself. The corner of the captain's mouth twitches nervously as he mutters, "Damn those, how did they even..." Examine the mark. You've seen this sort of symbol before. Death cultists carve bleeding marks like this into their own skin. Kibelas carves the same symbol on the back of her hand with a knife and whispers a prayer. Domin Deus, remember this sign. It is the beginning of your quest, the first blood trail. Do you know what this mark is? It resembles one of the symbols associated with the blood-spun web. What was it called again? The Song of Trailing Blood, I think. It's a prayer similar to many in this compartment. We've heard spinners... Excuse me. We've heard spinners say it when they, well, perform their signature acts of service to the Emperor. Franzo takes a deep breath. The soundless shadow sank into the dark. Slashed feet crescendo, a fatal dance. Blade song in tempo, each edge an echo. Twin odes to Deis Ferrous, now on her sacred blood. As she once trod the backs of foes, tread countless souls, but none who know. You memorized the verse? Why? When I took up my post here, I made sure to familiarize myself with all the particular qualities of this compartment. I soon heard about the verse and decided to investigate. I questioned a number of people who follow the blood-spun web, as I was trying to figure out if there was anything pernicious about it, and eventually I learned the whole thing. He frowns. The words are certainly strange, but it's nothing worse than that, it seems. What is the Song of Trailing Blood? Pardon me one moment. Pardon me one moment, something came up I gotta really quickly deal with. Yes. Yes. Sorry. I'm not usually this unprofessional, I just want this is something I wanted to be set up to be getting done while it was streaming, but now I look at it and think, oh, my phone is not updating right now. Cool. Planning to quickly do that, and we are good to go. Apologies for that interruption, my friends. From what I can tell, it's something like a prayer with several verses that tell about the life of one of the cult's saints, Ariane, or the Matriarch Spider, as they call her. So I'm invited to follow a trail of blood, it seems. I accept the spinner's invitation. I hope you find what you're looking for and return to the upper deck safely, Lord Captain. Alright, well, open the door. Let's go, squad.
Follow my lead.
Let us see what we got to
Do we
work with.
truly have to be here? I am not even sure what is making me more nauseous. These horrid colors, or the smell.
Oh, sorry, Cassia. Oh, this is a lot of guards. The bulky doors lead to the Enforcer's living quarters and the hub's provision depots. Yep. Oh, they're waiting in line for food. This is the last of the hub's vials for this work cycle. Do you have any idea how much it costs? The baton and the whip, sir. There, 57 ration cards. That's all I've got, I swear. Spent the rest on rot gut again, I'm guessing. I'm not doing you any more favors. Give up the drink or get used to life in the pestilence pit. Can I move or okay. I hope we get hit by a train. The fact that you're all here means your families have disowned you. You're all refugees. The sent to the lower decks is all you deserve. Charming. Yes, sir. Like, ironically, these guys have some of the best lives in the 40k universe. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying they have the best, because, you know, there's rogue traders, there's the upper enforcers, but, like, being considered the amount of people that are below these guys on the totem pole, like, they don't got it that bad.
Victory awaits.
Could be so much worse. Let's see, so that was that whole roundabout looked at. Oh, there's, oh, right there. Oh, it's down. Oh, it's way down. Slow down a little bit. We got looking to do. The longer you stare at the mark, the quieter the sounds of the station become. The shadows grow longer and seem to stretch in the direction of the adjacent section.
I won't tolerate weakness.
That's a lot of fire, guys. Oh, are they like burning the huts that are, I think they're burning the huts that lead to the service tunnels. They're like blocking the service tunnels.
An expected result.
Okay, grab that loot.
Sins hidden in the heart turn
No,
all
no.
to decay.
Grab that loot. Stack of ration cards. A greasy stack of cards, each entitling the holder to one portion of rationed protein in a mug of water. Charred scrap of parchment. You can barely make out the crudely scribbled words on the burnt note. Then pass the market sure for the import to you or your entire operation on the tracks, but we'll find a little gift for it. Give it to him and you'll see for yourself. Interesting.
Nothing's
Well,
impossible
let's hop
for
up,
this
hop
old
down.
officer.
Burnt man. Mercy, please save me. The young man gasps for air through burnt lips, slipping in and out of delirium. His skin is dripping from his gaunt body with like melted wax from a candle. His eyes, somehow intact, alive, clear, and filled with pain, stare at you from under his caked eyelids. Who are you and what happened to you? I'm Vale, a cleaner. I was in my house, asleep, and voices came. Set fire to it. I didn't make it out in time. Do you know anything about the mark next to you? He tries to turn his head, his blackened skin crunching as it opens into scarlet cracks. A spinner came, he painted the symbol, then he gave me water and whispered a strange verse. It told me to memorize it and to recite it later, so that help would come. And here you are. Then I should. He begins to whisper, his lips twisted in pain. To suit smirched soul, her mercy she did grant. Last breath expressed, the knife met heart. Removed from chest, passed on to death. Her duty blessed, a balm for those who suffer anguish and distress. A longing brought to rest, a mortal bond the soul divests. Assess the man's chances of survival. He might survive, but he will be maimed for life. Too much of his muscle has been charred down to the bone. Even if he does retain some ability to move, pain will be his constant companion. His motor skills have been damaged beyond repair. A broken man or a corpse, time will soon tell. There are times when death is more merciful than a life of perpetual agony. The chances of this unit surviving are slim. Functional usefulness in the event of stabilization of vital processes is minimal. Disposal is recommended. Get some enforcers and Medicaid personnel in here now. This man is in need of revival. Once he's recovered, assign him to be a scribe's apprentice. He's too badly injured to go back to a worker's life. A blissful smile twists the man's lips, and a tear forms in the corner of his ruined eye socket. The God Emperor has sent you to save me. You are his light. You are his grace. Thank you. Thank you for not leaving me here. Never forget the mercy that the Lord Captain has granted you. When the Undying One is ready to accept the soul, it must be sent forth, and so will it be freed from the torment of the flesh. Yet you have chosen to prolong this one's suffering. Your intentions perplex me. Help is on the way, just wait a little longer. Of course. Thank you. Hey man, he did me a service. I do want to check real quickly, actually. What is my... Wow. I'm still not even close to 1 dogmatic or 2 iconoclast. That's kind of funny. What the thundering guns? Oh yeah, that's what that does. I forgot about that. And what I'm working towards is rank 2 adherence, master of command. In the first round of every combat, the rogue trader and their allies gain gain +2 rogue trader's iconoclast rank, max MP. Ooh, that's good movement to open up. And then Grim Determination. That's nice. That's useful. I mean, you guys don't actually give benefits. You have 1 dogmatic, 2 iconoclast. Me and Abelard are just on the same wavelength. Argenta is full dogmatic. Pascal is 2 dogmatic, and oh, that's actually it. He doesn't have an iconoclast or a heretical point. Cassie is 2 dogmatic. I would expect her to have like 1 heretical. And you are oh my god, I have quite the fucking dogmatic crew. Goodness gracious. Everyone is super dogmatic except for Abelard and I, who are just a little dogmatic but very iconoclast. That's actually kind of funny. I did not even think about that. Like, I did not realize that was the case. But yeah, anyways.
To the stars.
We gotta go get that loot before I forget about it. Jeez. Down here. Oh, there it is. Let's go, Pascal.
The machine god grants the insight.
We'll yoink all that. Heinrich Montag. Do I know you? Oh, yes, I do. I knew the name was familiar. The Infernus Master salutes you cheerfully with his eye-ho stick. Lord Captain, what an unexpected encounter. What brings you to this compartment? The famous cuisine and magnificent vistas, no doubt? I seek the Bloodspawn Web's temple. Do you know where they're hiding? I don't have the foggiest idea. And that's probably for the best. I have my hands full as is. Alright, I must take my leave. Good luck, Lord Captain. Fair enough.
A new challenge for me.
Ooh. The workers beaten to within an inch of their lives are returning stolen power panels, wire, and micro lumens to containers marked disposal. Glory to Lord Captain. So I got loot there. Okay, we're going this way to get there. Hold up, we're not going all the way there yet. Let's talk to you real quickly, Mr. Beggar. A group of beggars are rattling their alms mugs and ostentatiously displaying their hunger-sunken bellies and various disfigurements. A toothless man falls to his knees before you. Your lordship, spare a throne for those who can't even get the worst jobs. Toss a stack of ration cards. Let your bellies be full tonight. Praised be the Lord Captain. The poor descend on the alms like a pack of gutter rats, each one scurrying off to their own corner with what they've grabbed. Item lost, stack of ration cards. That only costed one of my 15 stack of ration cards. Hello, beggar. I want to talk to you too real quickly. But you. I can't talk to him. Flute player. A group of gawkers are crowding around a makeshift stage, watching a strange duo perform. A man with odd-looking goggles pushed up on his forehead, hands wrapped in worn leather gloves, plays a tune on a handmade flute. Next to him sits a stack of crates supporting some kind of game board. A scruffy rat is rolling small glass balls around the board. Watch the game. Several workers empty their pockets and start throwing ration cards, bolt nuts, and even a few power panels into the small chest next to the board. The flute player winks at the crowd and switches to a different tune. The rat squeaks excitedly and starts rolling the colorful balls the players have chosen around the maze of tunnels on the board, but not a single one reaches the goal. A hole marked with a red circle. The rat just rolls all the balls off the board or into dead ends. Once the first group of players gets their hopes stashed and leave empty-handed, new workers immediately take their place. Gonna do some fellowship. The rat's movements, from the flicks of its tail to when and where it pushes balls, obeys its master's wordless commands with the uncanny precision. The notes, the pauses, the rhythm, every part of the melody serves as a signal to the flute player's tiny assistants. Watch the rat. I mean, it's free XP. The rat scurries around the board, spurred on by the flutes. Its movements appear erratic at first glance, but after a while, you notice how consistently the ball seems to miss the goal at the very last moment. While the rat's clumsy, amusing scampering distracts the spectators, its nimble tail directs the balls away from the hole. Toss a coin into the chest. A fine show. The crowd, which has been too absorbed in the performance to notice your presence, turns to you. Expressions of frightful awe appearing on the workers' faces. Many start whispering prayers. The flute player's clear eyes widen in surprise. Then, with an open and friendly smile, he says, "Many a grand story of the Lord Captain's generosity is told, and I swear on my own flute, today I will add another. To a fortune peddler, the Lord Captain's grace is a gift from the fate itself." He applauds you with gratitude, and the workers timidly join in. "Perhaps you would like to trade us some of the captain's fortune of yours, your lordship?" The flute player bows respectfully and gestures to the game board. The crowd buzzes with anticipation. "That is a curious-looking flute. How'd you come by it?" He pats his instrument gently. My mother moved. My mother loved music. She used to hum beautiful melodies to me. And when she passed away, I carved this flute from her hip bone and learned to play, out of a sorrow and respect for her memory. Play one of the local favorites for me. The flute player smiles mysteriously and brings the flute to his lips. A simple, brisk melody pours out of the instrument. The glum faces of workers and traders soften a little, and the tunnels around you seem less squalid than before. Long after the music has stopped, many continue to whistle the unassuming ditty. A flute needs no words to sing, but I'm curious to know what story your melody tells. The flute player awkwardly adjusts the goggles on his forehead. The story is a simple one is of a simple man from the lower decks, honest with himself and others. He risks his life to protect the oppressed from those corrupted by power. He takes from the rich and gives to the needy. He helps without asking in return. Nemesite, hero of tales, admired by children and grown folks alike. Do-do-do. A fairy tale indeed, risking oneself for nothing. If such a man existed, he would surely be profiting from your misfortunes in secret. The people look at each other in shock upon hearing that this unpalatable fact of life. The joy evaporates, leaving only the bitterness of disappointment. You know, I just kind of saw a persuasion roll and went, oh, I'm good at that, and then I kind of realized I shouldn't have done that. That was my mistake. Um, the flute player smiles regretfully. I think the song just died, but I won't despair. Life always suggests new melodies that people will like. Gesture at the board. Are you suggesting we play a game? The flute player smiles eagerly. Please bless our little lark with your attention. Explain the rules of this game to me. It's simple. On this board, you play with fate. Choose a ball and give it to Bolt, my rat. If she rolls your ball into the pocket marked in red within 3 minutes, you win. If she doesn't, you lose. Simple. Play fair. I will give this a try. The man readies his flute, and the rat dives into the board. You hear clawed feet scrabbling against the crate, and a few moments later, a green ball pops out of the center. The rat almost manages to get the ball into the hole, but sharply changes direction right at the last moment. Then it happens again, and again. At last, the ball hits a dead end, signifying your defeat. Another round, your lordship? The man bows his head with a slight smile. You know, I've heard wise visitors from higher up say that this little game offers more than just amusement. They say it's an opportunity to test different strategies, to learn more about others than yourself. Right, well, this should be amusing. The man readies his flute, and the rat dives under the board. You hear clawed feet scrabbling against the crate, and a few moments later, a green ball pops out of the center. You've already seen through the flute player's performance. You listen to him play and watch the rat closely. Then, at a certain point, you start tapping your finger at the edge of the crate, adding your own rhythm to the tune. The rat scrambles in confusion, mistaking your commands for those of its master, and starts rolling the ball towards the goal. When the ball drops into the red hole, a few impressed whistles come from the crowd, and the flute player laughs heartily. Cleverly done, your lordship! Well, I had no doubt that you'd be a worthy opponent, and your strategy, I think I'll keep it in mind for my future games. Cut a button from your sleeve and throw it to the man. For the entertainment. Thank you for this generous gift. These folks will shower me in rations cards to get their hands on something that belongs to your lordship. Fortune gave me the brightest of its smiles today. I hope you have enjoyed yourself. I certainly won't forget my fateful meeting with the Lord Captain. The flute player clears the board in one deft movement and begins a new tune. I love these kind of small interactions like this.
None shall stand in my way.
Like, it just makes the world feel so much more alive. Guys, I already gave you ration cards. Back off. Let's see. I do still have like 14 more, so it won't really, hurt me.
I rise to the occasion.
Judging by the merchant's round, well-fed face, the rusty junk laid out on the counter is merely a smokescreen for the more valuable and likely illegal goods that are far for now hidden from the idle glances.
Follow my lead.
Yeah, like the guy, like those guys, people who are like handing out rations are definitely also living the good life right now, comparatively. I don't really appreciate this, hollowed fingerbone charms. Charming. Dead man. Hello? A sinewy, middle-aged man watches the bustle of the bay with a detached expression. Every so often, whenever his eyes linger on the blood mark inscribed nearby, his face changes strangely, and his hands clench into fists. I didn't even notice the blood mark right next to him. Yeah. Just as he begins to hear the rumble of an approaching train, the man's gaze turns toward the track. He leans forward. What do you think you're doing? What? I didn't. The man starts and almost falls, but manages to keep his balance. In the dim lumen light, you notice old scars scattered across his body. The scars seem vaguely familiar. Turn for the light, so fair enough. Pascal's Vox synthesizer springs to life with an indignant binaric trill. I'm registering this unit's intention to use the train tracks for purposes other than those intended by their design. I categorically demand that the unit's self-disposal be carried out using methods that do not violate the catechism of maintenance of operation. Look at them. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Hold on, let me talk to you again. Lore Imperium, that's what I meant to do. The scars all vary in length, width, depth, and shape. However, you notice a pattern in the way the scars are aligned, as well as a series of faded symbols on the man's rough skin. Death cultists bear similar marks on their bodies. The Skinners are constantly renewing their wounds, while this man's look long since healed. You look like you're about to take your own life. Are you having a rotten day? My whole life's been rotten, and I only have myself to blame. I've tried to change things, fix things, but I always ended up here. So eventually, I accepted the truth. Your eyes always return to that blood symbol. What do you know about it? It's a symbol of the blood-spun web. I come here every watch, but I haven't been here before now. I guess today must be a special day. He smiles strangely. The man's faded eyes go wide as he notices Cabela. His voice quivers. You ever come to take me to the other side? Cabela briefly studies the man's face, then turns away. I do not know you. Death does not gaze upon you. The man lets out a dull groan, turns to look at the symbol again. But then, why is it here? You know the symbols of the bloodspun web. You bear similar scars. Are you a spinner? I was, but I failed to complete my final assignment, so I was exiled from the cult. The Vizier told me to kill the one who would be at a certain junction of the utility tunnels at a certain hour. I went to the appointed spot, and then I waited. An hour, 2, 5. The junction was still empty. Nobody came. After hours of waiting, I finally realized the person at the junction had been me the whole time. It was my turn to go to the Undying One, but I was afraid. I couldn't do my duty. I ran. So the spinners simply let you go? They made no attempt to find you and kill you? There was no pursuit. I thought I'd see their black blades the very next day. Instead, years passed without them taking my heart. I tried starting a new life, but the terror never stopped eating away at me. When I got truly desperate, I went to the Temple of Death myself, but no one there would speak to me. When I gave them my name, they just whispered, The bleed has gone to the undying one. Look through me like I wasn't even there. I've lived like this for 20 years. Like a coward. Like a dead man. You were ordered to die. For what reason? The man looks at you. Some would choose to leave the righteous path. These earn penance in due time. Your whips sing vengeance on renegade menace. Your blades pass sentence. For cowards seek to hide their hearts, but death makes no pretendance. It takes what is due, in essence. He stops and adds hoarsely, the third verse of the Song of the Trailing Blood. The Vizier recited it to me before sending me on my final assignment. I didn't realize at the time that it was my judgment. There are plenty of reasons. I sowed death. I offered him the souls of the most pleasing men and women I could find because it kindled my passions. I killed well-off crewmen who didn't deserve their wealth. I took their thrones. I killed enforcers who looked into my eyes without fear because I wanted to be feared. I reveled in bloodshed. I betrayed the tenants. I realized it, but I couldn't help it because I enjoyed it. You do not sound particularly remorseful. I've spent years in remorse. I'm tired of it. Have you killed any more innocent souls since you ran? No. I've been afraid to touch my own knife since that day. Thought it might just stab me on its own, but the temptation's always there. I will not judge you, nor will I decide your fate. Farewell. No! What about the simple? The point? You were supposed to... The man's tired eyes fill with horror that quickly turns into hysteria. His knees buckle and he staggers heavily before falling onto the tracks with a pitiful cry. No! Help! Uh-oh. Oh. Not quite what I was going for. Cabela stares at the remains of he who was once her brother in service. Truly, it is better to die for him than to live for yourself. This he forgot. Well then. Okay. Well, there's some goods down there. Let's make our way this way, I think.
Attention to detail is the key to success.
Oh, hello. That's the rogue trader! Is this the pestilence pit? How many times do I need to tell you, ungrateful maggots? Mistakes must be paid for. Have mercy, in the throne's name, I beg you. The battered worker throws himself at your feet and touches the toe of your boot with his dirty palms. Your gracious lordship, hand of the god emperor, save you unworthy servants. Gets lost. The enforcer's heavy baton pummels the man's back and shoulders several times. His bones crack audibly. The sound of breaking bones, the man's cries, and the enforcer's hateful laughter reminds you of what you went through yourself, too vividly and too painfully. Oh. Oh, fun. I just have that forever now. Ah, I see. That's because of... Okay, I was mildly upset that was because of the decision at the start. Like, I thought this was something with the demon. No, this is actually character creation decisions. So I'm actually kind of okay with this one. Because this is actually my character creation having an effect. And I'm actually cool with that, in that case. I'm so used to the blue being the demon in my head causing problems. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Because I played the game, I just have because I did that, like, okay, well, I'm not a super perception build, so it's fine. I just don't like that it's permanent. Like, damn, dude. 'Cause this is actually my character creation having an effect, and I'm actually cool with that, in that case. I'm so used to the blue being the demon in my head causing problems. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Because I did that, like, okay, well, I'm not a super perception build, so it's fine. I just don't like that it's permanent. Like, damn, dude. I'm the Lord Captain. Can I, like, hire a therapist? My sincerest apologies, Lord Captain. Your boot. I'll clean it right away. A murmur of discontent breaks out among the gawkers who have gathered around. None of the other workers dare come closer. The anger on their faces is plain to see. I intend to hear this man out. Your lordship, I work hard, never even take breaks to rest, and all I earn is 7 ration cards with 15 mouths to feed back home. The enforcers shake me down every shift, just like they do every other honest hard worker who... Enough whining! You and your pals lifted a box of Nutri-Bars a few watches ago, and 2 canisters of water before that. I didn't beat the life out of you because I took pity on you. This is the thanks I get? You quarantined the hub for 20 watches, and refused to give out rations if we didn't have cards. Cards we had no way to earn. And today you earned 15 cards in a single shift because you do the work of 3 people, right? Or did you take your pals to a dark corner somewhere, do them in, and take their share? I didn't do them in. It was an act. The worker stops himself, cowers and whimpers. They got their heads bashed in by crates. The dead don't need rations. Do. Add a note of... Ooh, wow, okay, that's a long one. I mean, I'm gonna also look at the enforcers. That's kind of a big deal. Am I to understand that enforcers are appropriating earnings from workers after their shifts? We appropriate nothing. We just monitor and redistribute. The enforcer mutters gloomily. The rabble are lying and they're thieving lots. We have instructions to stay alert for people holding more than the standard amount of ration cards to prevent supply embezzlement and famine. They do take our cards, your lordship, and they grow fat using them for themselves. The worker's eyes squeeze shut tightly as he whispers the accusation. He seems unable to believe his stroke of luck. Return the cards and do not dare abuse your position again. The onlooking workers bellow triumphantly and point to the enforcer, praising the Lord Captain. A sullen, red-bearded man with keen black eyes draws your attention. His oddly piercing gaze seemed to size you up the whole time you were speaking, but now he has hastened to conceal himself behind the gawkers. The next thing you know, you're watching him hurry deeper into the tunnels. May the God Emperor protect you and all of House Valancius, Lord Captain. Oh, there's the guy who's making a retreat over there. I would have liked to say a little bit more. I don't like to just have that permanently over my head. I don't mind the permanent debuff, but I don't want that permanently over my head. That bothers me a little bit. I can pull the levers. Oh, claw? Is this a puzzle of some sort? Oh, I see. This. Yoink. Yeah, so that would be if we don't have anyone who can athletics move the container, I think. Then we come back up here. I like how we're just climbing the ladder instead of taking the staircase. Cool.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Got over here. Ooh, what's this? Someone has sketched a hasty portrait of a worker with a red scarf over his face. The artwork still reeks of chemical pigment. Judging by the layers of flaked off paint, it has been removed several times already. Before I go that way, I do want to quickly pop through this door. Oh, hey, there's goods there. Does not seem like there's actually anything there, though. So real quickly, hop over here, grab these goods. Some more ration cards. I don't know if I'll ever actually need those for anything.
None shall stand in my way.
Let's go this way. Got a door to open. Hello, laborer. Ah! Who are you? No! Shh! Don't make noise. They shot everyone. Please don't tell them. I'm just gonna power pick. Interesting. Let's see, Abelard, how does the power pick hold up? Weapons. That. Alright, you have gotten a type of upgrade, I guess. The Mars pattern, yeah. So 9 to 12, 8 to 13. So that's higher highs, but Abelard over here just being a fucking mining agent, apparently. Take the Mars pattern sword for myself now. I do like the officer's chainsword. I might honestly keep that on myself because I doubt I'll need it. But you know what? I'll give it to Cassia because she's taking more of an officer than I am. 8 to 10. Spinner's Blade. I'm just the boss, really. Yeah. It's technically better than Spinner's Blade, but Spinner's Blade is very consistent. But you know, her main thing is really going to be Silent Verdict. I do just love that it's like, yeah, here you are, Lord Captain. This is a gift from us to you as a show of loyalty. Proceeds to just be better for her to use. 33. Oh, I didn't notice we got like an HP upgrade at some point. That's actually pretty nice.
A new challenge for me?
Yeah, alright, cool, cool. Got a big ass pickaxe. Hello, Baker. Wow, this is the first time I've seen the rogue trader up close.
Experience?
Go Abelard.
Nothing matters more.
Grab this loot. Okay, that is all the boxes. Cool, cool, cool. That's a small platform for like 5 people to just be standing on, right? Is that just me? A brute print has smudged this symbol slightly. The trail leads towards the slums. Yeah, a little unsurprising, honestly. Okay, Pascal.
My success is
It's about time.
certainty.
Ooh, hello? What is going on in here now? Oh, hello. Oh, thief. Okay. I mean, thief leader, so you know. Several people are eagerly rummaging through a rack filled with the weapons of the Enforcer's arsenal. A big man with a pockmarked face is the first to react to your presence. He attracts the other's attention with a piercing whistle and barks out. Who are you? There's not supposed to be anyone. Ah, doesn't matter. Identify yourself. Take a closer look at these suspicious individuals. Makeshift armor peeks out from beneath their ragged clothes, and their battered weapons display a patchwork of crude repairs. The group stares longingly at the rack where the good plasteel gleams, restlessly clutching their humble weapons. You notice that the little finger on every person's right hand has been cut off. It is hardly a coincidence. I'm rogue trader Deis von Valentius, and you will explain what is going on here. The people turn to stare at you in disbelief, and exchange heated whispers. The excitement is interrupted by the leader's roar. What are you people gawping at? Hurry up and bend your backs as is right and proper. Your lordship, you must excuse these blockheads. I was taken aback myself. It's not every day you see the rogue trader in the flesh. And as for this... Man casts a grim glance at the rack. I won't insult you by denying it. You caught us red-handed. Who are you? The Hard Nines. A gang. I mean, a brotherhood from Transport Bay 9. Don't think we're parasites. We do our bit for the prosperity of the ship. We're sort of, assistants to the enforcers. Self-appointed. We make sure that order is maintained in compartments where the enforcers are too lazy or greedy for bribes. We put a stop to robbery and free thinking, and well, we accept a small contribution as a show of thanks. You all have your little fingers cut off. What does it mean? It's our gang's initiation rite, a fine tradition. By voluntarily removing a finger, the newcomer shows their determination and willingness to join us forever. It's also a badge of honor. He proudly shows off the stump of his little finger. You obviously did not expect anyone to be here. Are the enforcers providing cover for you? I wish. Frenso, the newly appointed captain, had our informant strung up. He's tightening the screws, damn it. We can barely breathe. Today's the last time we'll come to pick over this compartment. Tell me why I shouldn't execute you on the spot. You could execute us. Who would take our place? Shameless scum who rob and kill to their heart's content? Bastards who accept mutants into their gangs and pray to the archenemy? There have always been outlaws on this ship. You're better off with outlaws like us who don't go too far and who keep the heretics down. And why do you want my weapons? Actually, no, that one's pretty self-evident. I don't need to ask that. I suppose you may be of some use. I shall permit you to take a few of the more basic weapons and leave. Serve the ship well. The seneschal grits his teeth, impotent in the face of your choice. One day I will realize the depth and wisdom of your decisions, Lord Captain. But in the meantime, I will pray that this act does not come back to haunt you. Hear that, boys? The Lord Captain himself is expecting good things from us. We can't let him down. His cronies make sounds of approval. We'll fulfill your command to the letter. Oh, okay. That worked out well. What kind of goods we got here? The Ripper. Las guns. Does anyone really use some? Does anyone? Solid projectile. I don't think anyone's gonna particularly benefit from this. Just unfading valor is just good. Because you use a shotgun. Pascal, I mean theoretically, but the arc rifle is just good. The Ripper's better is actually worse than the last pistol. And wow, I'm actually kind of surprised how bad the Ripper is. Alright, well, let's go, Pascal.
This Explorator is blessed with
Doing all that for ourselves. And that is a dead end. Alright, well, that went surprisingly well. Should I have trusted them? I don't know. But I'm making the choice to do so. Wow, this is the first time I've seen a rogue trader up close. Is that all? The kids have been waiting for you. How was your shift? I don't think that's particularly relevant. I'm just gonna...
I'll lay claim.
Psst, look over there. No, don't gawp, it's the rogue trader. Hey, beggar. You. Okay, well, let's see. Go around this way. Got some goods over here. Thank you, Pascal. Spinner got that guy. We'll yoink that. I forgot that Q&E can rotate the camera for you if you need it. Oh, that's a dead end. Thwarted goon. This dude's just having a knife fight. Oh, wow. That shit just looks gnarly. Is this what they eat? Ew. So we'll go around this way. Can't get there if I want, but it doesn't really do me any good, actually. Blindfolded old man. Ooh, saving.
See, right there.
Imperium.
Did fine.
These crates are typically used by used to transport weapons. The worn away markings make it impossible to determine where the shipment came from, and the scuffed surface indicates that the crates have been moved frequently. Blindfolded old man. An old man in pitiful rags listens intently to the sound of your footsteps. A stinking piece of cloth is wrapped around his eyes, with greenish pus oozing out from under it. The old man lays his trembling hands protectively on the heap of junk that serves as his bed, as well as his table. An empty beggar's mug makes a clinking sound next to his withered leg. What happened to your eyes? The void rats gnawed them out while I was asleep. And the sewer water my wounds were washed with was infected, turns out. The pain became a stinging feeling that wouldn't go away, and it only got worse. How does a blind old man manage to survive in a place like this? People helped me. Good people. Not so good ones, too. He sweeps his withered arm vacantly around the slum. There, next to you. Weapons are usually transported in crates like those. I want to look inside. Weapons? The old man's voice sounds frightened and pitiful. How would something like that wind up in our bottom of the bilge compartment? I did not mean to alarm you. I simply wish to learn more about my people's lives. Your people? Could it be our Lord Captain, our benefactor? Is it really you? The old man looked shocked. Our gracious Lord, we know you well. Your charity gets us through the day, and we pray for you always. What are you doing down in this? Please hurry away before they know you're here. They're plotting something terrible. This crates, it's where they hide there. Oh. Oh. A cold voice filled with the promise of death mutters. Pathetic fool. That's our secrecy gone right down the shitter. Folks, we're gonna have to make some noise. A common worker. Her face is so nondescript it looks almost scrubbed off. Is aiming a weapon at you that she produced seemingly out of nowhere. Leave no witnesses! And we're in a fight, apparently. Didn't really want the old man to die, I was trying to be nice to him.
I won't heed your
Cassia's abilities. Shifts navigation with energy of the warp and sports pipe by making her allies stronger. Yeah, I know all that. I am. Oh, jeez. Okay. Magenta. Fudge. Okay. Let's move Cassia. Oh, I've been ambushed. I don't even get a say. Oh, jeez. Okay. So we got Argenta here. We'll
Faith
pop that
without deeds
immediately.
is worthless.
Let's
Doubt is for the weak.
do that. Next damage.
I'll do it.
Pop that. And we're just gonna mag dump down this way.
As the Emperor
Just do as
commands,
much
I
damage as possible.
strike is a
That's
prayer.
great. That's great. That's huge. Okay, yeah, that's Argenta tapped. Oh, the Foreman's on our side. That's good. Not all the NPCs here are enemies. Okay, it is now Gabella. Next action on target, shooting acid takes the blade thing. After each dangling, 50% of their normal damage. It's the melee burst attacks that does not count towards the attack during limit turn. 7 16 so mark. Let's move you over here. And we're just gonna jump you right in. It's a little far, but yeah.
As honor
Okay.
ordains.
Move you there. Jump you in. Take him down. That's
No
good.
pleasure.
Those two up. Things like melee attacks, hitting targets. Dispatch their mark. Basic things. Blade Dancer. Gains 10 wounds, 1 AP. Additional attack. Along with an additional attack this turn. I don't really need an additional attack, but don't want to do that, so no. Oh, well, that's fine. High chance of killing you.
I feel nothing. Fear
That, which
nothing.
should get both of you, which is great. Give me another attack, which I don't actually. Death from above again, which I don't quite have the range for. Do that. And try to take you out. That missed. Unfortunate. Let's move you
As the
there.
tenets demand. Death is a blessing.
You're dying anyways. That's cool. Then I could go there and try to take out that guy. God, the blade dance is just really good apparently.
As honor ordained. Come, the other side awaits.
In one turn using the Death Waltz ability. Oh, but she's gonna have really bad second wind, I just realized. That's fine, that's fine. Oh, you don't actually have any psionics on you, Stat. Interesting. That's all the case again, it's next turn. So I wonder if I did. Oh, I see. So you're not a sanctioned psyker, an unsanctioned psyker, or a psychic awakening. Interesting. Unfortunate. Let's see. Do that. Gonna give you a buff real quickly. That will hit you, but it could be worth it to hit all those other guys. Target is under the effects of voice of the command center. This attack will ignore it. Enemy block and dodge. Oh, one friendly creature. I think I'm gonna lock in with this. How much health do you have? Yeah, because that's just gonna be a nice. Look at that. That was like what, 4 kills? One. Yeah, no, that pretty much just sweeped them. That's pretty much everyone down. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5, 6, like 7 or 8 kills right there. That is my girl, Cassia. Holy cow! Because now we just got those 2 up there, and these 4 down here. And take aim to Pascal. Suppose. Hey, Abelard. Hey, buddy. Get in there. Charge this guy. Bring him down. Oh, I can't quite do the rest of that distance. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Victory is...
Yeah, we're just gonna slash. Okay. All the wrong buttons. Slash you, which takes you down. Yeah, that's Abelard Zap. That was great, actually. Y'all jumped me, but it did not go your way now, did it? Hey guys. High chance of killing both of you. That. Might as well do that just to lock in a kill on one of you. That's guaranteed. I'm most likely gonna kill. Yeah. Perfect, perfect. Beautiful. There. Give voice of command to Pascal? Yeah, let's go Pascal. Voice of command. And then do get back in the fight on Cabela. Only gives her 2 MP, so yeah, it's not really worth it to give her. Don't want to fight. Oh yeah, that's a bad angle actually. Go for me. I believe in you, buddy. Oh, that's right. He can't move. I keep forgetting about that. Can I move Pascal there and chuck a grenade? I can hit one of them with a grenade. Pascal there. Done a defensive zone here. And we will analyze enemy. And why can't I do that? Through the 10 cell radius. Oh, there we go. Weird, but okay. And that'll be Pascal tapped. Genta. Oh, hey, there's a guy over here, actually. Sure, let me just mag dump you real quickly. Dunk. It's run and gun. Up here, and we can still mag dump this dude. There we go. That's what we love to see. And fine. It's not cost and only costs the least HP. Spend AP. Yeah, sure. Let's pop that. Might as well. And we're just gonna, yeah, mag dump this guy. trying. There we go. With the crit, too. And that's few tapped, actually. Cabela. Let's move there. That.
And retribution.
And we will Big
Yours
Schwan.
or mine.
Beautiful. Ah, the foreman was eager to get back to position. Are you all right, Lord Captain? Those cutthroats didn't hurt you, I hope. The man's prosthetic leg has been shot, and he carries his weight awkwardly. The locals and forces call me the foreman. I have no other name. You might say I'm in charge here, in this hole of a place. You recognize the shaggy red beard and the keen black eyes. This is the man who was watching you during your encounter with the enforcer and the station worker. What in the throne's name was that? I'm not sure. Perhaps those freeloaders believed in the tales of Nemesite. As it happens, I've complained to the past. It's Captain Frenzo. About some idiots who've been painting pictures on the walls and citing people. What did he say? I've got everything under control. Had I known it would come to this, I'd have nabbed those saws and thrown them into the pestilence pit myself. Now we'll be pestered by enforcers to no end. Void, damn it. Who is this Nemesite? Just a story they tell around here. There's this chap they say wanders the lower decks, helping the poor who can't earn a living for themselves, and standing up to the officers and forces in defense of the weak. Except he's just a story and nothing more. I'll be speaking to Captain Frenzo about what happened. Well, in your case, he'll certainly hear you out, and not. He grins and indicates his broken ribs, you know. Hey, I saw you near the marketplace. What were you doing there? Watching one of my workers take a beating. I feel sorry for the lad, but there was nothing I could do. The foreman smiles wryly, showing his yellow teeth. Almost all of the front ones have been knocked out. I've stuck my neck out in the past, not doing it again. What are you cooking in that vat? Believe it or not, this soup is made from mold slime and technical drain water has been simmering in this vat for at least 200 years non-stop. See the growth all over the walls over there? We harvest it, dry it, and use it to season the soup. If we're lucky, the smell attracts a void rat, and someone gets to have meat in their bowl. The foreman points a finger proudly toward the vat. For those who can't even earn a ration card, I feed them in exchange for services or favors. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. My people keep an eye out for workers trying to eat 2 bowls in one sitting. One is enough to fill your stomach for an entire watch. Some complain about the taste, of course. Ingrates. I seek this blood-spun Webb's temple. Do you know where it is? The cultists don't let people like me in on their rights and mysteries. I'm grateful to them for their service to the God Emperor, but to be honest, I can't get behind their love of death. I'm much too fond of living. Tell me what life is like for the workers on the lower deck. They toil day in and day out for the glory of the ship. The rest of the time, they do their best to survive. Faced with hunger, the more deranged the enforcers. The void leprosy, fires, floods, and noxious fumes. The foreman lists these on his fingers, although he has fewer than nature's average to work with. In a word, it's a decent enough life. If you work, you survive. If you freeload, you also survive if you're clever. Well, if the God Emperor wills it. Give the foreman a pile of ration cards. Hand these out to your people. You'll know who needs them most. He opens and closes his mouth in astonishment. Lord Captain, you've just helped some good family survive. I'll divide the cards among them, and be sure to tell them that it was your lordship who did them this good turn. Item lost, a stack of ration cards. Iconoclast, +3. Lord Captain, I beg another second of your attention. Please accept this humble gift from us, the common people of the Bay, for all the good you do us. The most precious thing we could get, your lordship. Hidden auto-stimulus. Interesting. The warrior did not move during their turn, or became immobilized, slowed, stunned, or knocked prone. They gain temporary wounds equal to 6. If the wearer has Conviction Iconoclast, all their allies immediately gain the same number of temporary wounds. Ooh. I don't move a lot, so that's actually really good. And then, Commerce, more Imperium. Yeah, here you go. Actually, with your Commerce, it's 34, your Imperium is 30. Commerce is 30, and 35, 25, 25, 30, 40, 35, 30. Then I have 68, 75. I honestly don't really need that. Like, I guess I'll give that to you. You're the next highest, but like, I already do both of those really well. It's like a voice of command or voice command. Okay, okay.
Victory awaits!
Oh my god, that's right. We get to loot all this now. Knives. Knives and a couple guns. Another auto gun. Man, cool, we got those guys. So what's in this crate here? That's an auto cannon. Hello, beautiful. What do you mean it only does 4 to 6 damage? Two-handed range, weapon, heavy. Max ammo 100. Good lord.
I'm restless.
No, that's not what I meant to do. Argenta can't even use this. Oh, strength 55. So like, Avalon I think is the only one with the strength. No. Wow, none of my team can actually use this because none of us are strong enough. That's kind of surprising, honestly. Okay, but from here, this is a nice place to wrap up. These crates to be used to. Oh yeah, we already looked at that. Yeah, we already. This is a good place to wrap up because of it is time for me to pause and head out for the time being. So, thank you all very much for coming out, hanging out. If you're over on Kick, I would appreciate a follow. If you're watching the recording of the stream over on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe, all that fun stuff. Please do feel free, if you missed anything on Kick, to go over and watch the streams over on YouTube. I upload all my streams there. But other than that, I do hope everybody has a wonderful rest of their days, and peace out, homies.